everybody, and welcome to the Love Storm, where I am here to encourage you, inspire you, and lift you up, to help you realize and see that love is all not lost. There's still hope for love, regardless of what you trespass, what you have endured. Sometimes we hold on to things that's no longer valuable to us where it once may have been. So I'm out of character a little bit today. I'm out on the road. I haven't made it back home just yet. I'm about an hour or so away from home. Kind of got caught up in something with time, but I want to come on and stay faithful with my schedule today. And again, just enlighten everybody and express love. And like I say, love is everything, and so we're going to turn it up. So today I have a guest that will be coming on and sharing with me. She'll introduce herself with her background, and her name is Miss Asia. But she will be on to share with you again with the things that she do, and we're going to touch a little bit on how we both are able to, or have been able to, keep hope with love to share with other people. So this is my third live today, and I'm hoping to press on and change some bleeding hearts into some fulfilling hearts, and that just keep lifted. I mean, you never know what you have. You never know what you can receive if you're holding on to old things. Okay. Also, I want to just express that maybe next week I'm looking at probably doing solo, because I want to interact with anybody that's come on the live that may want to share some experiences they have, or anything uplifting and encouraging that they may want to share with anybody, with us all, as a matter of fact. And to let other people know that we all go through things, that you're not alone. So don't give up. Don't give up on what could be something you've always looked for or is endearing to you. Love comes in many forms, whether it's marriage, committed relationships, where you have love with families and friends and things like that. So we can find joy in those things, and we need to be able to understand that everybody thinks differently. Everybody has gone down different trails of life, and we have to embrace each other. We have to embrace each other's different cultures, different backgrounds, and things like that. And if we stick to God's principles, none of us can ever go wrong. So we can't be selfish about things. We can't be selfish about love. We can't be selfish about the love we can share with others. I'm sure many people have been in relationships, or maybe currently in a relationship, where they have to feel like they give more. Over time, it could be overwhelming. But if you hang in there and you be patient, and most certainly the most important thing is that you go to God in prayer. Pray consistently. I have a dear friend, sister cousin, who I keep in touch with, and I'll tell you, she has helped me see some things myself. And though I'm a praying woman, the intensity of it I needed to boost that up more, and I find that helped. But sure enough, I'm human, and I have some imperfections just like anybody else. And so by me having those imperfections, sometimes I might slip a little bit and be like, oh my gosh, I might act out a little bit. After realizing, I'll be like, oh my goodness, I should have been more, calmer, or more observant about things and come out of my emotion. Because when we're dealing with people A lot of times we're dealing with the spirit, especially when it's the irritated or the not so pleasant one. We know that's not the individual. What we know is, or what we should know, is that we're dealing with spirits. We're dealing with spirits within people. And the best way to deal with that is through prayer. Consistently. I have found myself while I'm posting my scriptures and, my Bible scriptures, I actually have it posted near my bed so that I can look at it and see and remind myself to refer back to what my role is as a wife and as a mother, whatever position I am in anybody's life. My goal have always been my life is to just love other people. It doesn't matter. I don't have to know you. I'm a genuine person to love others, because that's what God expects. God expects us to love others. And we know love can conquer all things. Some of us feel like it can't because of the storms, the crazy things we've been through. And that's why I call my show The Love Storm, because it could be good love. Love, you get so much love, it's stormy, it's so much going on. Or, you in a cloudy situation, it's stormy right now, the love connection you may have with someone. So, forever and ever stay lifted. Forever be joy within yourself, knowing you're valuable. Because when you know who you are, people would try to come into your space or get into your mind or your ears to try to discourage you or to try to tell you what you should or should not do. Guess what? Me personally, if you're not a good role model and you haven't been married over a long extended period of time, it's kind of hard for me to take that advice, but it doesn't mean I don't hear you, because in every voice that is spoken, there's a lesson, there's a message. And if we take heed to other people's experiences and the things that they've gone through, it can surely help us along the way. And, we have to come together. I see so many bleeding hearts in the world today that's what inspired me to start speaking out now. I want to speak out. I speak to a lot of people individually, maybe in little small groups. I also write poetry, so I express myself a lot through writing. Look for that soon. It'll be a short poetry book. I just want to inspire other people. I found myself trying to get involved into other things, and it don't seem to stick. So I decided, Neva, you talk a lot, and I talk a lot when I want to help other people share my feelings or encourage them and lift them up. I just can't help it. And I have found many people come to me and say, Neva, you very encouraging. You really should get a group together. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, okay, I think that's my calling, that for me to inspire, because I can't seem to stick too much with something else. So if it's got to do with love, I'm for it. If it's got to do with how to be, just don't give up that hope, I'm with it, because I'm able. We all are able. We're all capable. We all have something in us that we could share with somebody else on how to love. Because I have that person, my special person, her name, my cousin's spiritual sister friend. I just give her so many titles because when I tell her things, if I have done something, I tell her. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be honest, because I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong about something. And she'll tell me, Neva, that was not right or something. I'll be like, huh? And she's like, I had to get control of my emotions. And honey, let me tell you, I never thought that I would be able to get control of my emotions. I'm not going to say I don't have to, kind of get a little poppy sometimes, but I'm saying as far as always crying about something. Every time my feelings is hurt about somebody, and that somebody is always somebody that I feel is close to me, or that I love that's close to me. You know, it's not that I don't love outsiders. I truly do, because I could see somebody, example, years ago, I ran into this gentleman getting on off the elevator. This guy had his head down so low, my spirit just said, speak to him. And I said, sir, excuse me, because he was walking with his head down. And when he looked up, his eyes were so beautiful. I said, sir, you have beautiful eyes. He said, thank you. Nobody's ever told me that. I said, well, I'm telling you today, you have some beautiful eyes. See, we don't know what somebody going through. We don't know. I just get the chills, because we could be walking past somebody. We don't know what motive they may be on, where they just come from, what they just dealt with. We don't know if they're going to be, if they even seeking to take their own life. It's so hurtful and sad that people feel so neglected, so not loved, so used, so bad that they take themselves out. It's hurtful. It's hurtful when people just don't feel their love. And there's nothing wrong with giving a comment to somebody, saying, oh, even if it's something nice they have on, it don't matter. That's a form of love, because you acknowledge that person. The person want to be acknowledged. Always. Even with my children, you know, sometimes it be tug of war with our kids, because somebody might feel like one get more love than the other. Look, I love everybody evenly. So, you know, we all can pick certain characters out of individuals, whether it be our family, our friends, our children. We can pick out some characters that is just so flamboyant to you, and it really inspires you. You know, I have young children in the same way with them. I admire some things about them. You know, I find that's something I do. I look at people and I look at what I can admire about them. And if I can make a nice comment, if I see a young lady with something on nice and beautiful, girl, that's cute what you got on. Just like I left this restaurant. You know, people, you have to tell people, you let people know how much you appreciate them by just giving a good statement, good comment, just whatever. I'm sorry. I'm so compassionate about love that it tears me up sometimes, because some people feel like it's just so hard to show. It's not hard to show love. We can say it all day long, but our actions speak so much more louder. That's why they say, you know, words hurt. Some people say it doesn't. If somebody tell you the words they say don't hurt, they are lying. They lying. Because guess what? As soon as you speak out your mouth, it regulates into your brain capacity. Whether you envelope it in the back, the front, the side, it don't matter. It's gonna resurface at some point in time as to what that person said, whether it hurted you or made you feel good, inspires you, lifts you, or made you feel down a bit. That's why I try to personally be careful with the things I say to people. I ain't perfect. I know I made some mistakes, but I have never intentionally, and I could never, because I know how sensitive I am, and I'm a true firm believer in what goes around come around. So we have to learn to love on each other, inspire each other, keep each other lifted. Man, pick up the phone. Even if you ain't got no full-blown, you don't have to have a full-blown conversation. Hey, I was just thinking about you. I hope you're well. You know, I love you. I have that where I sometimes I find myself reaching to people. Some people don't reach to me, and I'm okay with that, because everybody got busy lives. But I want you to know I'm thinking about you, irregardless if somebody else is thinking about me or not. It's important to just show that person love. You know how things happen in our lives. We'd be like, dang, such and such just passed, and I was just gonna go call them. I was just gonna go check on them. Man, look, life is short, so. You know, we have to do what we have to do. I am currently, you know, I'm not going to be on here too long, but I'm looking for my guest to arrive. And she has not just yet. And I'm going to just continue a few more points. And, you know, that sit back and analyze and think about the things that you have gone through. And for myself personally, I'm going to analyze in some past relationships, as I was going through them. I'm like, this person keep doing this and they doing this and they doing that, and it's hurtful, it's mean, and blah, 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 blah. I found myself later on saying, hey, you know what? I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, because I have to take part in error, because each one of us individually have a say-so and control about our feelings and what we accept and what we don't accept. And again, I'm not encouraging people not to love and to give up. I'm encouraging you also to love yourself. And if a person said they truly love you, they'll find some way and some time to, hey, let's come and balance together. Especially when you're in unified marriage, you have to want to work together. Sometimes one party may want to be more inspired to do it faster and quicker than the other. The only thing you could do is be hopeful and prayerful. Focus on something else. Do something that's going to encourage you. Pick up an activity, a career, or something that's going to busy you. Me personally, I have prayed God to busy me so I don't be sitting in my emotions so much worried about other people. And if somebody, is feeling the same way I do about them. Everybody don't, because everybody don't understand the extenuance of what love is. If they don't understand what love is, they won't be able to express it back. I have had people say, well, how can I give you something that I've never received? It's sad when I hear that. It's so sad when I hear people say that. And I'll be like, how can people go through life 30, 40, 50 years old saying that? How can they give love if they never received it? It's hurtful. So that's another reason, one of my aspects on wanting to express, love. And for nobody to ever give up. I don't care. Right now I'm on this live, and I know it's many people. Over time somebody will see it. I am so much available to talk to. I don't care who you are. It don't matter. I don't judge. I'm not gossipy about somebody else's situation. But right is right and wrong is wrong. So if someone come and say so and so did this, and I know that now they know that's not right, if we could just understand that everybody lives differently and do things differently, that's love, because you're showing respect. You're not passing judgment. We should never pass judgment. Some of us we have gone through the storm so horribly that our hearts become cold. You can't receive your blessing if your heart is cold. You can't receive your blessing if you want to be revengeful. Because I'm going to tell you, I've been through some stuff. And being revengeful, that's the last thing on my mind. Baby, let me step out the way, because God going to deal with you. Honey, let me tell you, God deals with them. I'm not finna waste my energy and time messing around and get zapped in my butt for something that I know what go around come around. So persevere in prayer. Ask God to guide you, because guess what? God knows each and every one of our heart. He knows He knows when somebody's playing games with us. But He also expects us to use our intuition, our common sense, to know that, hey, slow down, or wait a minute, don't be like that. Don't do me like this. Or if this is how you're gonna perceive and behave towards me, then you maybe should move around, because what you're receiving from somebody, whether it's good, bad, whatever, it's gonna piggyback. It's gonna go off to somebody else, because now you're feeling a little right. That's what I'm saying. That cycle of not being true to ourselves. And let me tell you about some greed. Let me get to y'all on this marriage stuff. Some people be in marriages and relationships, and I can't even speak too much on relationships that's not vowed under God, because we're going to have troubles whether we're in marriages or not. But when you under the marriage umbrella, you go to God to help guide you. But if you are doing things and it's not under God's vows, you're going to have some troubles. And I'm not saying there's not going to be no troubles with those that are married. But when you lean on God, God will help you. He'll help you. He'll guide you. We just have to sit and listen. We have to sit and listen. We have to understand. So my whole motto is love is everything, and turn it up. We're going to turn it up. And don't ever stop loving, because guess what? You'll miss your blessing. Don't ever stop loving so you don't miss your blessing. Don't. I will honestly say I could be a whole nut in a nut house in a nutcase with all the stuff I'd have been through in relationships. Because I'm like, what is wrong with people? Why is people like this? What is their problem? What are they going through? What's on their mind? But we're not, all of us aren't equipped or licensed to be therapists and things like that. But your best therapy is God, God's guidance. And when I go through things or have gone through things, I try to use God's word as my guide to help. So I am going to, say that when you have people that are distrusting and they can't stay faithful in the relationship, if they can't stay faithful in the relationship, they in and out of relationships. They are greed and selfishness. See, people come on and be like, I got this woman and she this and she that. They ego, men and women, let me not be biased. We as people sometimes we get a blessing and we think we're on top of the world. So now if I can get to this status quo and get this type of person, let me see if I can get her, or let me see if I can get him. Why do that? That's total greed. You ain't appreciate the blessing God gave you. You ain't appreciate it. You greedy. You just wanna cause issue in somebody else's life, thinking you ain't gonna get caught. The truth, what goes on in the dark comes to light. Yes, it do. You ain't gotta look for it, but your intuition gonna guide you in some type of way to make you want to say, let me check this out. Oh, but do you really want to? Because let me tell you, my past experience, when you get to snooping, you get to seeing things you don't want to see. Oh, why did I do that? God is really your guy, because guess what? While you ain't seeing what's going on, God already got your back. Guess what? He is paving the way for you. He's paving the way for you that you have no idea. So you ain't got to be revengeful. Don't be revengeful. Let God work it out. Keep praying. Keep it before God. He is making a way. And guess what? He's going to deal with that person who's being wrong towards your heart. Because when God sees you have a pure heart, He's already there. He sees what's going on. He knows what's going on. He's got it. But we be so hurt. We be so in a haste and so in a rush. I'm going to show this person. Guess what? Don't be physical. Try not to get physical. Try not to do those things. But guess what? The words are a powerful tongue. The mouth is powerful. My favorite quote to people when they do me wrong: God sees and He know everything. He see. That's my greatest fight of words. And when you say that, it will shut people down. Just say God see and know everything. Because guess what? When they say something, they're gonna come back biased. They come back biased and want to say something derogatory with God's name in word of mouth. They're going to have to deal with God too, besides the mouth that you speak upon them. And you ain't got to speak nothing evil upon them. Just tell them God sees, and guess what? You're going to have to answer to God for the way you just treated me. Again, those that have mistreated me have suffered or are suffering still. And the only release of them coming from up under their suffrage is that they must apologize to you. We ain't got to talk about it. We ain't got to dig into it. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. I've been praying that you come through, that you say thank you, that you apologize, because now you can have peace. You can have peace, because I'm fine. I've moved on my life, because I could go away with a clear heart, a clear mind, because I know my heart was true. I always give my all and then some. Why not? Because sometimes we do carry the load of other people because we want to be helpful to other people. But guys, I'm going to cut it short. So next week, next Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, that's Nevada time for me. I just want to open up and just talk and chat with others. If anybody have an experience they just want to share, you don't have to get all dig into your personal business. I'm not looking for anybody to air their laundry out, but you can just express how you have had situations, you had gone through some things, and what helped you get to a better space. You know, when you get to a better space and things, it really, you're really able to help someone else. Sometimes we be so private that we don't want to talk to people and tell people, because people do talk and gossip. It's okay. But it's good to share the good things on how you got, to a situation, to a better space. So I'm going to love on y'all, and I'm going to keep loving on y'all, because we all need it. The world is so depressed. People need to hear that they're loved, that love is there. There's someone for everybody. If you don't spend so much energy looking for it, because when you spend so much energy looking for it, you tire yourself out. You end up getting to something that you really shouldn't. I've made choices out of being depressed. Nobody knew I was depressed, because I kept a smile on my face and I continued loving other people. But when I came from up under that spell, I felt that black cloud move, and I'm like, hey, see, I know that's when I knew I was depressed at some point. I'm like, wait a minute. I ain't heard the birds in a long time, and I'm just now hearing the birds. I said the choices I made in past relationships, I know in my better state, I would have never made those choices. But it's okay, because guess what? I also gave a lesson of love. And once you show love onto somebody, they're gonna hunger for it. They're gonna hunger for it. Your job, our job, is to just love. So I'm gonna come on up out of here, and I just want to remind you all again, don't ever stop loving so you don't miss your blessing. Thank you for joining the Love Storm. I look forward to you all again next week on Saturday around 6 p.m. again. I say that's 6 p.m. Pacific time, and I hope y'all enjoy. Always critique. You can make comments to me. You can let me know if it's something you want me to kind of touch about, if I have that experience, or even have been surrounded by experience on what things we can do, or even if you want to ask a little bit, inbox me on some things that if you have a personal question for me, you can inbox me. I'm open to that. And then my topics will be coming along, because I want to talk about culture, mixing cultures and relationships, and such like that. So everybody, I love on y'all, love on each other, love on the next person. My time is up, and just remember your whys. Forgive completely for yourself. It's not for other people, it's for yourself, so you can move on. Don't push away what you don't understand. Try to get understanding before you push away. We want to make sure that we are understanding what's being expressed to us, and not assuming, because people use verbiage in different ways. So again, in order to trust others, we have to trust ourselves. So that's my time, y'all. I love y'all. This is Neva Sampson signing out from the Love Storm, and I'll get back with you all soon. Again, let love motivate and radiate as the sun and moon off the reflection of the ocean or the sea. And don't stop loving so you can receive your blessing. Have a good day.